The last thing that I want to cover here today is investment management. How to dynamically manage your investment portfolio for scale and profit. Now, when we come to account simplification, we might have, let's give an extreme example, one campaign. And in that campaign, just like I've been telling everybody for years, at the 3-2-2 method, dynamic ads, and CBO at Broad, I mean, it's been 3-4 years now that we've been preaching that thing as much as possible. And this is, August of 2022 today. So yeah, long time. The point of it is, what we need to do is understand that in the effort to simplify our account, it doesn't mean just turn everything off right away. But we can start to take a look at, where are we investing? And what I get a lot from folks is, well, this thing's making me a 1.15 ROAS, and this thing's getting me a 0.78, and this thing, which first off, don't use ROAS. That doesn't mean anything. Start talking about profit per customer journey. When I sell this product, I'm going to net $20 profit on this customer journey. When I sell this product, I'm going to net $100 off of this customer journey. You have to start looking at your numbers like that. ROAS is built off the concept of attribution, and ultimately, attribution is a lie. And ROAS is a wildly dynamic number that is built off of taking credit for everybody else's work. There's a million reasons why ROAS is bad, and I've gotten other videos for that, and you should check them out. What we're really going to dive into here more, though, is what investments are best for you. If you have 4 products you're promoting right now, I guarantee one of them is the worst investment you're making. So how do we identify that? And then ultimately, let's get rid of it. And when we're doing account simplification, it's not just for data integrity. It's not just to make the machine smarter. It's also to spend our money in a better way. Now, the idea here is, if we're investing in long-term growth, our objectives might be different than if we're investing in immediate cash flow. And those are all very different things. But let's kind of keep all things equal and just kind of go off of an example here. If we're investing in one place where we get $20 back for every customer, we make a $20 profit on every customer we sell this product to. And we have another item where we make a $50 profit. And then another one with a 75, and one more where it's 100, but it takes like 3 months to get that profit off of them because of the LTV, etc. We now have the decision to make. If we can make $50 off of a product, off of a customer, why are we making any investment where we only make 20? You might say, well, I'm making profit off of them, so I want to include those. Great. But you're losing $30 every time you make that sale, because you could be investing where you make $50. They might say, well, the CPA is a little bit lower, so I can get more customers. Okay, cool. So maybe your objective is just customer acquisition. In case, why are you investing where you're going to make $75 off of somebody, where maybe you do that, but it's on 1/5 of the amount of people? So where you can make $20 off of somebody, for every 5 of those sales, for every $100 in profit you can make, you're promoting another offer where you're only going to make 75 bucks off of somebody. That 75, that sounds like a liability. And you might look at it, well, my ROAS is higher. Again, ROAS is a trash number because it lacks all of this contextual information. That $75 offer, that $75 profit margin with a PSM on that is effectively 75 bucks. Every time you invest in making a customer there, you lose $25 that you could have made on the $20 item. Not only that, but now that we've gone over data integrity and everything else, that $20 item isn't doing nearly as good as a job as it could because you're investing in other resources. So you're not training your best employees to get better. Instead, you're taking a worse employee and over investing in them when ultimately they're a liability to your business. Now, how much better does that employee have to be? Well, you would need to go from a $75 profit to over $100 profit. So if the AOV and the LTV stay the same, you would need to reduce the CPA by over $25. That may or may not be possible. But this is where you need to understand, if you're promoting 4 things, at least one of them is a really bad option. And maybe for you, it is all about cash flow. It is all about customer acquisition, and you need as much of that as possible today. In which case, why are you investing in the LTV offer? If you need money today, and that is the ultimate goal of the business, investing where it's going to take you 3 months, 6 months to get a return of a profit on that investment versus a bunch of customer acquisition right now at a profit, that long-term play is going to hurt inventory turnover. It's going to hurt immediate cash flow. And ultimately, especially if you're using investment bankers or you are running on a very controlled inventory situation, that LTV offer is a liability to your business. My point here is understand what your actual objective is, because it's never get a certain X ROAS on spend today. That is never the job. The job is to understand what the business needs are for the business and the finance department, what their requirements are for success, and align your investments to most heavily favor what those needs are. And the easiest way of doing that is finding what is the biggest liability that I'm investing my time and energy into, and then remove that, transition away from that piece. You don't have to just turn it off today, but you can reallocate that budget to other things. And you're immediately going to see a lift in what the business actually values. And the honest truth here is pick a lane. Make a decision. What are you actually trying to get done? If you are hedging your bets, trying to do 3 or 4 things, you're going to do all of them poorly. And maybe you make a profit at each one. Great. You did C+ work. Don't pat yourself on the back for that. That profit at each one comes at the cost of a much bigger upside for the business today and in the future, because instead of doing the best work you possibly could, you did good enough in a few places that ultimately keep everything done. That's a really bad way of managing, and that's a terrible investment. I hope this makes sense to you, and if it doesn't, ask questions below. Let me know what you need. Tag people that you know in this stuff. If you like this stuff, please subscribe, ring the bell so you get the notifications, and I highly suggest, if you find this stuff valuable, to join the newsletter. Shape the Disrupt to come. You can get it on facebookdisruptor.com. Just click the link, join up. You'll get information like this inside of your inbox every single week, plus interviews and everything else. And if you really like this stuff and you are fed up with the frustration and lack of confidence and inability to scale and lack of structure and system and process and wasted time, and ultimately the lack of success and the ever-increasing amounts of stress that you are facing as a Facebook advertiser, check out the MBA program, mba.facebookdisruptor.com. That is the single best resource you can possibly invest into, learning directly from me with lifetime access to direct support every week and a thriving community of people that are actually trying to solve problems, not sell you stuff or complain, and a dynamic curriculum that updates every single week, where we focus on not just the execution of Facebook, because let's be honest, that's actually really easy, but the process, the time, the team, and the project management that's required for you to ultimately be able to scale your business with confidence, seeing more success with less stress, and ultimately leveraging the machines and your team to scale your business so that you don't have to do nearly as much work, and do so in a way that is sustainable with high accountability and direct support for life, with a bunch of people who are using the exact same standard operating procedure. And this is the stuff that I've taken from Guthrie Ranker, from Textile, from other brands in the disruptor group like Smile Direct Club, 310 Nutrition, Purple Mattresses, Match Group, Movement Watches. What separates a 9-figure brand from a struggling 7-figure one has rarely anything to do with the actual product. It has to do with the way the business is run. If you want to know how to run a business like that and manage Facebook in a really easy way and manage incremental lift and simplify creative testing and ultimately just be so much better at this job. So somebody might hire you as the Facebook media buyer, and within a couple of months, you're effectively the incremental CMO. That's your result. That's the kind of thing that we can do for you. And I do it for people around the world every single day. That being said, YouTube thinks you might like a couple of these videos, and don't forget to hit the subscribe button. Until next time, I'll see you on the internet. Bye.